Every year we see the same news articles run again and again. Where would Sporting be if they didn't sell their best players? Well, in today's Football Manager 23 experiment, we find out where Sporting's best ever team would finish in the Liga Buin. Let me take you through the team. Patricio in goal, Eric Dyer, Coates, Inacio, Polina, Bruno Fernandes, Pedro Porro, Nuno Mendes, Pedro Gonçalves, Rafael Leao and Ronaldo. On the bench, guys like Adan, Marcos Rojo, Cedric, Demiral, Acuna, Bastos, Islam Slimani, Mathieu, Rafinha, Van Wolfswinkel, Nani, William Carvalho, Mateus Nunes, Ugarte, Miguel Veloso and Super Freddy Montero. An absolute unstoppable squad if they were all in its prime perhaps. But looking at that team, I don't think we should have any troubles winning any games or getting far in the competitions. Let us take a look at the competitions we're in and also the schedule. So this is the schedule we have first. We've got a decent start in the Liga Buin. Estrella Amadora, Victoria Guimarães, Chaves and Rio Ave. I've also made Ruben Amorim the assistant manager, as you can see here. So I've left everything to him, including the tactics and everything and the like. The only thing he doesn't have control of is selling or buying anyone in the team, as I didn't want that to change. I want it to be the exact same team as I left it. And this video will follow the same format as the last one. Sim a month till the end of the transfer window, then sim till January. Then, instead of doing till February, we're going to do straight to the end of the season, as there should be no transfers coming in. But let's go and see where we'll finish in Liga Buin. As you can see, we are first in the league. We have also been drawn in a Europa League group against PSV, Sheriff and another team, TSC. But we are top of the league, but Porto aren't so far behind us on the same level of points, and both of us have not dropped any points, no draws, no losses. Also in the Allianz Cup versus Académica Viseu, Boavista and Sporting, and Taça de Portugal has not been drawn yet. So as you can see at the schedule, we've won a decent amount of games so far. So we've beaten Estrella Amadora 3-0, Chaves 2-1, Guimarães 3-0, Demiral, Bruno Fernandes and Pedro Porro getting on the score sheet against Estrella, and Manuel Ugarte getting injured. Wolfswinkel see in minutes as well. On the next game against Charles, we won 2-1. Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo actually did concede against that one. That's not too bad. Rio Ave 4-0, goals from Bruno Fernandes, Leao, Ronaldo and Pedro Gonçalves. And a 3-0 win against Victoria de Guimarães with Bruno Fernandes, Polina and Ricky Van Wolfswinkel. I didn't think he'd start or play any games at all, but he's managed to get on the score sheet, so good on him. I don't think anyone's been sold. I'm just double checking here. Yeah, no one's been sold and no one has been bought, as it's the same. I sold everyone to Shandong in China, by the way, if you're wondering why they're all there.
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao! Ni hao! Ni hao!
Apart from Vinagre, who was loaned to Hull City at the start of the save anyway. But yeah, as you take a look at the schedule and the competitions, we've got a few games coming up. We have not played Benfica or Porto yet, but with that World Cup schedule coming in, it's going to be a lot different. Benfica already lost one game to Famalicão, but the next month sees us play against Moreirense, Sheriff, Estoril, PSV and Vizela, also Benfica at the start of October, as well as some other games that we have to play. But overall, it's looking good, and hopefully we can continue that good form into the next bit. Drew Mathieu hasn't been registered for some reason, but I'll make sure to fix that, although I don't think he'll play due to the other centre-backs we have in the team. But yeah, looking like a good team, and hopefully we can continue the great form until January. And in January, we are still flying high, as well as finishing first in our Europa League group, only losing one game to PSV Eindhoven, finishing on 15 points with a joint with PSV, but an 18 goal difference. In the league, we're still first, quite far ahead of Benfica, Porto and Braga. As we take a look at the schedule here, we'll see some games that we've won. Braga 2-0 with Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo getting on the score sheet, which is a great win just before January started. Also a 5-1 versus Firenze, Bruno Fernandes, Sebastian Coates, Leao, Demiral and Nuno Mendes scoring. We beat Benfica 2-0 with Bruno Fernandes scoring a penalty and Pedro Porro scoring the other, and that was the game on the 1st of October. So that was a really good result. We've not lost a single game in the league. We've drawn one game to Portimonense, but other than that, it's looking absolutely great. And as I mentioned, the one loss to PSV. But let's take a look at some of the other results as well. 7-0 to Sheriff, against Sheriff. Bruno Fernandes, Leao, Cedric, Ronaldo with a hat-trick and Eric Dyer getting on the score sheet. Taking a look at the tactics, same old, same old. There's been a few changes that Amorim's made during the season. But other than that, most of the players have stayed in their original positions. You still got guys coming off the bench like Acuna, Demiral. Bastos got a 10-point rating off the bench, so I assume he probably had a good game somewhere. But looking at the team, looking good. Bastos is unhappy though. He wants to go out on loan. I wonder if Amorim's actually played him in any games. None in the league, but he's played one in another competition. Same with Slimani. I'm pretty sure I'm going to check now. Which, if you know his history with Ruben Amorim, that's not surprising at all. You're looking at other guys here. Ricky Van Volsingel, probably the same. Let me take a look at his stats as well. He's played 6 games, got 1 goal, 1 assist. That's not too bad. Probably the same guys with like Nani, Veloso, Freddie Montero, not getting that many minutes considering there are so many players in the positions that are stronger than them. Let's take a look at the schedule again, and let's take a look at the competitions. So we need to find out who we're going to get in the next round of the Europa League. We're also in the semi-final of the Allianz Cup, which is Sporting's favourite cup. We've got Benfica in the Taça de Portugal 5th round. So we shall see what happens with that. Now it's time to sim to the end of the season. Hopefully we continue the good form and win potentially the treble or even the quadruple. And unfortunately, I think I jinxed us because we missed out on the title by 1 point to Porto. We have lost 2 games, one against Porto, one against Benfica, despite not losing a game up until January. We've drawn quite a lot of games versus teams like Portimonense and Famalicão, which is really disappointing. Porto only drew 4 and lost 3, so they were able to finish above us. And we also got into the final of the Taça de Portugal against Porto. We still got that to play. Knocked out to Liverpool in the Europa League and also winners of the Allianz Cup, which is our favourite cup. So that works for me. Looking at the schedule, let's look at some of the games we lost. 3-0 loss against Benfica. We did not score a single goal that game, and Leao also got injured, which probably didn't help matters, but we got absolutely dominated in that game. It's absolutely disappointing. Man, I'm so disappointed considering how the season went. We also drew to Portimonense 0-0, as you can see. Again, a really disappointing result. Another draw to Famalicão, even though they were down to 10 men, although it was the last few minutes of the game. But we just lost and drew so many games just up on that last stretch. Typical Sporting. We did beat West Ham though in the Europa League, so we did manage to progress, which I say is a good result. 2-0 and a 4-0 away leg, which is good. Looking at another draw to Moreirense as well. Just so disappointing. And then there's the losses to Liverpool down there as well. We lost 4-0 in the first leg to Liverpool, and then 2-0 as well in the second leg. But that was not so disappointing because Liverpool got a good team. Even though our team is great, I don't think we could have beat Liverpool. 2-1 loss to Porto as well in between that, which really didn't help morale, I'd assume. So we pretty much bottled it as well. So I'm really disappointed with that. I really thought we could win, and with the team we have, I'm surprised we didn't. We had such a good team. Guys like Ronaldo, who's obviously one of the best of all time. Leao, who's still very good and at the peak of his powers. Same with Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, there's some older guys in there like Coates. You've got Miguel Veloso, who didn't play. Patricio's still quite old. So you've got quite a lot of old players as well. It's probably, the defence is probably what let us down. We have such a good attacking force, but the defence with Dyer, we've got Inacio, got guys like Coates, Rojo. It's not the best. Demiral's good, but he's still not great. So I think this is where the team sort of let itself down with the defenders. It's quite upsetting, but at the end of the day, we shall find out what happens in the Taça de Portugal final against Porto. Hopefully, we can win the double, or at least save a bit of our season. Let's just read off some of the final stats of the season. Ronaldo got the most goals with 35. Bruno Fernandes had the highest average rating of 7.5. Most assists went to Bruno Fernandes with 25. Rui Patricio had the best pass completion. Most amount of match balls went to Ronaldo. Sebastian Coates and Demiral got the most yellow cards with 10. And William Carvalho got 1 red card, making him the only person in the team to get a red card. But if you have enjoyed this video, although the results weren't as we wanted, please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know if you think I missed anyone out who should have been in the team, and also let me know if there's any other experiments that you want me to do, such as this one. Thank you again for watching. I've been Sam Fonseca from All Things Alvalade, and see you next time. Peace.